Good morning, everybody. It's Dana. Welcome back to my channel. And this morning I'm going to continue to work on this journal here. And that I showed you, I think, yesterday. And we did these cute little pockets and we put those in on our brown pages. One on each side. I can't find the one on the other side. Let's see. Oh, here it is, I think. There it is on the by the music page. And what I've done, what I did last night, just because, we're all just kind of sitting around, not really doing a whole lot because of the coronavirus here in Arizona. Phoenix declared a state of emergency where they advise us to all kind of self-quarantine. And so here at my house, me and my mother, of the 4 people who live in this house, me and my mother are both high risk, and I'm in the high risk category. My mom is 73 and has COPD, and I take injections that suppress my immune system for my autoimmune condition. So, what I've done is I've just been working on this journal, and I'm pretty much at a point where I've got all my pockets and tucks in. And so I need to now make things that go inside my pockets and tucks. So what I'm going to do, I had one bag, just one. Let me find it in here. If I can find the paper bag. There it is. I had just one bag, and it was from an Etsy order that I had placed, and it was really big. It's 8.5 inches tall. And so I wanted to use it in this journal. So I thought, wow, I'm going to need something really big to go in this pocket. So what I've decided to do is, at Goodwill a long time ago, I got a package of these little, they were from a binder, like one of those Better Homes and Gardens, or one of those crafting binders that you can find. Creative Home Decorating is what this was called. And it was a binder, and it had folders in it, and it had all of these things in it. And they're really kind of heavy. And so what I did was I took 2 of them, and because I figured they'd go in here really nicely. So I cut them down height-wise. Now I just need to trim them off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the inside with coffee-dyed paper for journaling. And then I think what I'll do is just collage the outside of it and decorate it. And that will be the insert for both sides of this bag. So we'll have something nice and big for journaling to go in the bag. So I need to trim these down and get my paper trimmer, because I did the height but not the width. So let's put our journal aside, and I've got 2 of them that I need to do because there's 2 sides of that bag. And let's see. Oops, I put the journal away without measuring. So let's see. I'm going to need to take off about, for this side, about, let's do 1.25 inches on this one. And I'm sure the other side is not the same, because I'm sure that I did not. I'm cutting off the wrong side. Look at me. Glad I checked that. So 1.25 inches. And now let's measure the other side. So this should fit in here nicely now. Yeah, that fits right in. So if I put a tab or something on it, it'll kind of stick out the top, or some lace or something like that. So that goes in that one. Let's check out the other side of the bag and see how much I need to take off this one. Because like I said, I'm sure I didn't fold it perfectly in half. And so this one needs about an inch taken off of it. So let's make sure that I do the right side. Okay, that's the side that it needs to take off. So 1 inch. All right, now we're ready to go. Let's get rid of this. Let me get a couple of sheets of coffee dyed paper. There we go. A couple of sheets of coffee dyed paper. And my tear ruler. Gonna move all this stuff back here so we have room. So these will be really fun. I've had these for quite some time and I've never done anything with them. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna literally just cover the inside. I'm not gonna spend time collaging it. My sister called me this morning and she's been gone to Texas to visit all my relatives, and I was worried she wasn't going to be able to get home. And but she ended up catching her flight home, so that's good. I was glad she was able to make it home. She's been gone quite some time. She's been gone for over a week. And everything snowballed with the virus while she was gone. That looks like it might be straight. Let's see how we did. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, let's get this edge done. Line that up there. So she made it home just fine, and she said, I need you to make me a journal for my trip. And so I'm looking forward to doing that. We sat and talked about the theme of it, and we live out in the desert, so anytime us desert rats go and visit anywhere that has, you know, any kind of color to it, because we're like 50 shades of brown over here in the desert. Okay, that looks good. Anything hanging off, I'll trim. This isn't quite covered all the way, but, you know, inking will take care of that. So anyway, she said, oh my gosh, she kept talking about how beautiful everything was. And, oh, she said there were so many, like, cardinals and just wildflowers and, you know, just all these things. And she was so excited about all the things that she had seen, just because, you know, the desert has its own beauty. Definitely has its own beauty, but, you know, it doesn't match up to seeing cardinals and blue jays and things like that. So so I told her, I said, that would be a really neat theme for the journal, is just the wildlife that you saw there and the flowers and all of that stuff. So she's sending me a list. I told her, send me a list of all the things that you saw that inspired you. And then, you know, any birds, flowers, just send me a list of the names, and then I can look for pictures online. Oh my goodness, that's a little wrinkly, but that's okay. For me, it just adds to the charm of things. And then she's also going to send me some pictures that she took while she was there of some of the wildlife and stuff. And so that's going to be the theme of the journal, is the Texas wildlife and flowers and stuff that she saw while she was there. And I thought that was a great idea. Okay, that one's on. Let's do this one. I'm going to give myself a little more space so I can make sure that I'm straight. That was the kind of mistake I made on the last one. So, so I'm excited to start that for her. That's going to be really fun. Really fun to do. But I'm glad she got home safely. And I was worried that she was going to end up stuck in Texas and not be able to come home. She said, because she was really glad to go because she really needed a break. She has some stressful things going on at home, and she said, I'm so happy to be getting away for a little bit. I really need a break. And then when we talked while she was there, and she said, I hope I can come home. I said, well, if you can't, you said you wanted a break. So get a little bit longer one. Oh, so, but she did end up safely, and I'm sure her husband and son are very happy about that and happy to have her home. And her puppy, I'm sure, was just over the moon to see her. And so everyone's going a little bit stir crazy here at my house. I promised my girls that I would at least just take them for a drive today, and so we can get out of the house and look at a little scenery. And we're just having trouble. Like, normally my days are just very, you know, I'm struggling with just feeling that my days aren't purposeful. You know, usually I get up early and I take my daughter to school, and then I come home and think, okay, I wanted to do a video, and I need to run these errands, and just, you know, my days have purpose. And so that's just kind of what I'm struggling with, is just staying inside all the time, and it just doesn't matter if you do anything or not, because I can't go run errands, I can't go do anything, and I'm sure I'm not the only one having that issue. But it's just, I think I might trim this down just a little because I missed a lot of that. I'm not sure how I did that. That's okay. But just struggling with just, you know, feeling like your days aren't purposeful. So I've been crafting a lot, and working on my journals and things like that, and just spending time at my craft table. But my girls are really, really having a hard time. So I'm going to wait to trim that. This one was, I must have cut the base all wonky on this one. It is just kind of wonky, but that's okay. We're going to work with it. So this one should be dry enough for me to fold in half and get this little crease going here. See how we're looking? Looks good. Great little journaling space in there. I'll ink everything at the end. So this is all done. So let's do some collaging. I'm going to pull some papers here. These are some offcuts that I've been working with, but I don't have a whole lot left. So what I want to do is, since these are going to go inside the envelope and they're not going to be like visible, okay, so if I put something here in this tuck, it's going to be visible. So I think I'll save my offcuts to use on things that are going to be visible when they're in the pockets, because I'm running out of them. So let's go into my scraps. I have 2 bins of scraps. I have my I have prints, which are in this one. And then I have solids in my other one. So let's pull some. There's not a ton of pink in these papers, but like I said, I'm just going to pull some stuff, and we'll just go with it because they're not really going to be seen. So I was hoping I had like bigger sheets of things. Let me just pull some of the bigger pieces I have, and we'll work with those. Okay. So I'm just going to start laying stuff down, just covering the whole thing. I've opened it all the way up. I'm not going to be too picky about where things go, and I'm not going to think about it too much. So this is going to be a background piece that I'm going to build on top of, so I'm just going to lay that whole thing down. And I'm not going to ink the edges of it because it's going to be underneath everything else. Okay. Line this up here. Big glop of glue. Yucky. Yeah, I think I must have cut that all wonky. That's okay. We could even put some book page on here. Let's see, here's some book page. Let's just get this white off the edge here. So put in the comments what y'all are keeping up, you know, what y'all are doing with your time. I'm good at my craft table, but I've got my girls who are really struggling with trying to keep their self occupied, and they're having a little bit of a tough time. So that's kind of a bummer because they like to complain how bored they are. And I feel bad for them. You know, my daughter, though, my middle daughter, she is doing really good. She decided she was going to sew, and she made a plushie of some character that she, in a video game that she plays, and she finished it. And I tell you, she taught herself, looked up YouTube videos on how to embroider with a sewing machine that is not an embroidery machine. So she taught herself how to do that. So she even embroidered the face of her plushie, and it looked so professional. I couldn't believe it. Was so good. She did such a good job, and she posted it online on Reddit, and like she got an order for one. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. Let's use this one. I'll just kind of put this in the corner here. I think I might want to put something underneath it here. So let's use this one. This can go here. I'll just start tearing some pieces off to get a shape. I think I want to... That looks better. Okay. I think I'll ink this edge here. And this one is going up over underneath, and that one will probably be hidden. So I think, oh, well, I need to do a little bit on this side. Okay. I'm going to keep this one right here so I know how far to tuck this under. So anyway, I just thought I would go ahead and turn the camera on since I'm sitting at my craft table anyway. You guys can see what I'm working on, and you know, it's probably not the most exciting video, but we can at least sit and be in our little crafting community together. It's going to go about right here. Line it up at the top. And now I can lay this one down. So I've gotten this journal almost done. I'm just going at a very quick pace just because I don't have any other things taking up my time. So it's really kind of weird to be able to just sit and, this is cardstock, so I'm actually going to use my wet glue on it. So yeah, so I'm like getting projects done left and right. And I don't always get the time to do that. So that's kind of nice though. I'm going to turn this way. I have no idea how much I've been on. I might have even been off camera, and if I was, I'm real sorry, guys. I probably was. Okay, and let's use like maybe a blue or a green here. That's not quite wide enough. Is this one any wider? No. If we did it this way though, and then maybe put, these are all the same width. See what else I have over here. I don't want to put another pink one on really. And if I do, I might piece this, I don't know. Maybe a little bit of this black. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, where's my ruler? There it is. We'll use this one on the other one. Let's see. This edge, I need to tear this edge a little. So sorry, I know, like I said, it's not the most interesting video, but it's what I'm sitting working on today. I hope y'all are doing okay and staying safe, and you know, if you're home, that you're crafting. And my son's work is still open, so he's still working every day. Both my sons actually are still working. But my daughter, she, the one that moved to Utah, is she had a part-time job at Sephora, and they have closed. So she's not at work. So she's going a little, getting cabin fever somewhat. Okay, that looks pretty. This is not going to show up on here. I just want to knock back the white edge. Don't want that showing. All right. Let's get this on, and then we'll fold it up and see what we ended up with. My bone folder. Oh, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. I like this side more than this side. So I might use this. Even though the words are upside down, some of them are going to be covered. I thought what I could do is use one of these images here as the central focus. So I'm not going to worry that the words are upside down, but I do need to trim off these little edges. trim it up all the way around. Okay. And right here. Okay, now let's ink it, and then we can decorate it. Oh, yeah, so let me know in the comments what you guys are working on. Love to hear it. Love to hear what y'all are doing with your time. And if you have any ideas on what I can do with my girls to, now they're older, so keep that in mind. But maybe try and keep them a little bit busy and give them something interesting to do. Let me know. Like I said, they're kind of struggling. I'm going to fold it and I'm going to ink this crease here on both sides. And I think I'm trying to decide if I want to, no, I'm not going to ink the crease in here, because if somebody wants to journal a big long thing and they want to go all the way across, that would work too. They could do that. Okay. Put the lid on there for now. And let's see how we're going to decorate the cover. I think this image is really cute, and I think her pinks pull that in. So I think I want to run some lace down. I definitely want to mat this. So let me see in my solid bin if I have a piece big enough to mat this image. I have brown. I have like a craft color, but I don't think I want to use that. No, I don't. Ooh, this is pretty. Is this big enough? Oh, darn, it's not big enough. That would really make it stand out. Let's see what else I have in here. The trick is finding something big enough. Oh, this would work. Oh, that would be cute. Let's use this. That's great. And I'll leave this bin out too because I've got a second one to do. So I'm going to ink the image. Okay, and then I'm going to glue this down. And I'm just going to make sure that I've got even spacing on these two sides. So I'm looking at the corner. My fingers are dirty, so as I wipe the glue away, but that's okay. We're going to ink those edges anyway, so I'm just going to trim this out. And ink that.